delicious. What else don't you
guys.
like?
I'm feeling pretty good. You guys feeling pretty good? Okay, we're here with the VHL podcast. You know, it's got a special name. It's called the Pajodcast.
How do you not like fruit gushers, Ryan?
I don't know. We're gonna halt this amazing Fruit Gushers experience because it's a Sunday and we're all feeling pretty good. All right, let's go check on the sim and see how New York and Stockholm are doing.
Come on.
It's too soon. That was like an hour ago, you fucking dick.
Oh shit! It's
This has
bad
been the
news
Pajodcast.
bears for the
Hold on.
Pajodcast.
Let me get on cam.
Yeah, why were you not in the first place, Chris?
Because I'm crying about my loss.
We're gonna create our own Stone Cold GIF.
Miller
That's right.
316.
Yo, what we're really gonna do? We're combining New York and Stockholm next year. That's just what we're gonna do.
Bring it.
We want less teams in the VHL. Let's do it.
Yes, 9 teams with one super team. The lost New York Aces.
We're gonna Chris and I are taking over. The new rules state that there is no salary cap.
Yep.
And we're now going to send all of the New York players to Stockholm in exchange for Stockholm sending all of them New York's way the season after. And we're just
Can we do it on Stockholm at least once though?
Yeah, we're going to.
They need a cup.
We're going to start with it all in Stockholm, and we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah,
we'll just trade.
I will of course be head GM
because
I'm the greatest of all time.
Well, Chris, here's the thing that
but Ryan will do all the lines because he's really good at lines.
He is.
Not this season.
You know who's good at lines? Higgins.
You know who's drafting? No one, because we're going to trade all our picks. Yeah.
You know, not because he's a GM, but because he does cocaine.
So this is the Pajodcast. We got Ryan Power.
Hey. Yeah, I'm the host of this thing. That's what they say.
We got Kyle Snow. Hey.
Hi.
I'm crying on the inside.
Listen, The Rock, stop talking about yourself in the third person.
We got Chris Miller.
We got Brock Dragonslayer here.
He's the Brock there.
Hey, how about you get more than like 3 points in a season and then we can talk?
How about you don't get shut out by Astrid Moon in Game 6?
I had like 50
Come on.
I had like 50 points.
Come on. Trifecta. Get out of here.
Hey, Ryan.
That's probably
Ryan.
from last season. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, Ryan. You have 2 goalies and they both suck.
That's good. Hey. Literally exact words I was going to use.
You're right. But I got 2 cups too. There's another 2 that I have. That's
Ryan. You know what? I have a 2 as well. It's called 2 Hall of Fame players. How many you got again? I can't remember. Kyle, you want to help me out with that?
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't even create players, but I've GM'd a lot of Hall of Famers.
Oh, congratulations!
So have I. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
They made their way through.
You know. We don't need to be he will not divide us. The VHL will not divide the Pajodcast.
We are divided right now.
We're divided between conferences right now. Right?
No, that's why we're putting our teams together.
Conference division. You're right.
Trade me all your players this year, Ryan, and then we'll do it the other way.
Can we do it? NYAG and Stogie in there and just see if they'll let the rest of the trade go through.
No Pajodcast, mostly because fuck the VHL.
Fuck the VHL.
That's not what I'm actually saying, but come on.
We name it that.
New York lose. I mean, I get it. We don't need to 3-peat. That's fine. It's
statistically
not that big of a deal. But
should have lost. Like based on how your regular season went, we should have fucking just like not lost a game in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean the games for both teams were fucked.
Yeah,
like I think we got shot on one end and just didn't on the other. Like the shot totals weren't great. Like there was one game where Quebec outshot us 50-40, but that's not that. Like in the grand scheme, like every other game, it was like 28 to like 25 and stuff. It's like Holy just lets in 6 goals on that. Well, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Like even when we score 5 or 4 or 3, it's like that's you're not even getting close.
Apparently, you should have put in empty power.
I think we outshot Helsinki.
There was a 1 minute where I was like, I should just put in empty power for Game 5, shouldn't I? I should just say, just put in empty power, and then I didn't.
You probably should have, like, to be honest.
No, here's the thing. If this were real hockey, I would have. Because in real hockey, individuals can be rattled. But statistically, in the sim, I haven't updated power all season. I wasn't about to update them. So statistically,
you can't after the season starts.
Exactly. Statistically, in the sim, Holic gave us the better chance to win. There was just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right? I was just going, there's no way you're going to get 6 goals on Holic on 25 shots or 28 shots every game, and they did in 3 of them. But the other games that we played, I think, is what most people were thinking how the series would go. A lot of 3-2s, a lot of 2-1s, some overtimes. Like I thought the series would, even if it was over in 5, I thought whoever would have won like similar to last year. But you know, it turns out that the series actually ended up playing out very similar to last year's. The difference is that
They won.
Holik didn't play like Power did. So Holik didn't play like Power did. So suddenly the goal totals went up, right? So
Also,
shot total wise, though, things were very similar.
Also, rest in peace to everyone's yearly predictions. They're pretty much fucked.
Who are you guys going for finals? Obviously now Helsinki
Quebec.
beat Stockholm.
I mean, I'm
6
obviously
games.
cheering
Quebec
for
beat New York in
Quebec,
5.
right? I mean, I kind of have to.
Quebec.
No offense.
Quebec.
It's the rivalry with Helsinki.
Quebec.
They can
Let's do it,
experience what
fine.
we experienced last year.
Game 7
May
defeat
fuck.
by getting shut out by
May
empty power. Or no, you know what's gonna happen?
Fuck the Titans. That's their name, not the Vikings.
Yeah.
The Vikings are the team I wanted to win.
That's us. Nope. Here's what's gonna end up happening in the finals. So it's gonna be a 7-5 win with both goalies getting pulled, but then 3-0 Encarnacion is gonna fucking shut the door.
This guy's not getting pulled. Are you kidding me?
Dude, he's gonna have one bad game.
No, he isn't. Do you know who he is? Bro, have
Glover.
you heard of him? Have you heard? Okay, has Apollo Sky played a bad game? I'm legit serious. Look at how the playoffs pitched even last year. He was dominant. He lost and was still fantastic. Dominant. He is the Julie Gaffney to fucking.
Whoa.
To fucking
No one is the cat. Come on.
To Astrid Moon's Goldberg. Like,
man, I don't really think we can shit on Astrid Moon right now.
Yeah, really.
Dude, he's choking it in the finals.
I-
Apollo
That'd
Sky.
be really
guys.
funny.
Well, I don't know if you've heard his name, but he was the MVP of the regular season last year. He's a big deal.
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention when I'm just
You asked about bad games. He's had some bad games.
Ryan.
I'm just saying, as a playoff performer, he has a history of showing up.
He surrendered 4 goals in a game this playoffs.
Ooh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, on a game when his team scored 7. Also, there was 40 shots on
Well,
net.
that doesn't mean he did. Yeah, it's really not that good though.
Yeah, but then you give him 28. Yeah, but he was great this series. Like, his overall stats are good too.
And during the regular season, he had some pretty bad games at times.
But he also was up there in terms of regular season stats as well. He's had a history of being a really good goalie. So
I'm saying there's a chance he's not perfect. There's a chance he'll have a bad game.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be Game 7, and then
Stockholm
Encarnacion is gonna come in and
ripped
fucking shut the.
I'm gonna
door.
go right now and go ahead and say it. Quebec sweeps Helsinki for the cup.
No way.
Wow, that's a bold claim.
I'm not even joking.
You're not.
Nope. I think Quebec sweeps Helsinki.
Oh, yeah, I just realized.
I think Helsinki are pretenders, and they won because you guys couldn't get your goal scoring going, not because.
Dude, DeGraff had some pretty shit games. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Helsinki in 6.
Chris, no, I'm fucked either way. I just realized because if
I'm not
Helsinki
cheering for
wins,
them.
Helsinki wins, we lose the rivalry, and if Quebec wins, it's like, well, that was the team I got traded away from, so I'm just fucked. Season 54 sucks for me.
And it's Quebec wins because they got Draper.
Helsinki wins because they have Higgins.
So they actually both have the same person.
They both won the cup.
Well, if he's the multi, then they're going to win the cup no matter what. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, in all actuality, there are a couple guys who are guaranteed cup wins, and that's every day on Buffalo.
There's this guy that we don't talk about enough.
Our boy, Lighting 25, aka Solus.
Chris, aren't you familiar? It's pronounced Lighting 25.
Oh, sorry, Lighting. You're right.
Solus needs to go out and get white girl wasted. Right? That's the thing the kids say. Someone said that on the VHL.
Yeah, all right.
They said WGW, and I'm sitting there going, is that like a new wrestling promotion that I'm unfamiliar with?
WCW.
World's Greatest
Gorilla Wrestling.
Yeah.
I kind of like World's Greatest Wrestling.
That's fair.
That's Kyle's foundation. This is the World's Greatest Wrestling title. Like, oh shit, this is the title to all titles then. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's the world's greatest, Ryan.
I'm the world's greatest champion. Cool. Shit.
Yeah, that would be the title, the world's greatest.
Austin Aries would have to hold that title because he's the greatest man to have ever lived. That's what.
Okay, every time you guys say Austin Aries, I have like this brain thing where my mind immediately goes to August Ames, who, for those of you who don't know, is an adult film actress. But the reason that she's relevant, and not just being gross, is that it's a girl who went to high school with my fiance, who, like, in a town of like 5,000 people, is like kind of relevant, and she like actually got big somehow. But there's just like a like a mental disconnect where I always like go there, and then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do that.
What's her name?
August Ames is her professional name. I won't reveal her real name for the sake of protecting her modesty.
Yeah. Protecting people typing.
For those of you who don't know, she does not have a lot of modesty.
Yeah. Anyway, That's it.
Every
that's
time
it,
you guys say Austin Aries, my brain goes.
Good cast, everyone. VHL.
Yeah, we fucking nailed it.
Ooh, we're done. Ooh. There's not really much else going on, honestly. We're waiting for the offseason. It's going to be a slow offseason. There's not a lot of free agents. There's not a lot of trades to be had because the salary cap is what it is, and the teams that
Fucking
are competitive are so tight.
That's what the salary cap
Kind of
is.
not a weak draft class completely, but it's not as good as it has been.
I'll say this: there might be some pretty big stuff going down, actually.
Unless Stockholm decides to rebuild or something crazy happens on their end. Yeah, it seems like it'll be a relatively quiet offseason on the whole. Unless there are teams out there that can make moves that are kind of just like on the fringe. You're talking your Riga, you're talking your Davos, you're talking. I mean,
there could even be.
I would say Calgary, but I mean, trust the process, but fuck the process.
Ryan, whoa, hang on. Fuck the process, dude. You're a third of your way through that contract.
FTP file server, son. That's right.
Ryan, you got 2 more seasons. Are you not going to trust the process?
For transmission protocol. That's what that stands for, right? FTP.
I don't know.
There could be even a GM switch potentially down.
Oh, snap. Well, Higgins had a good run, but he's out.
Well, when Astrid Moon loses the first 4 games of the series, it turns out the only 4 games that are needed, with an overall save percentage of 7.67. That's what are you going to do? It'd just be a shame when Helsinki outshoots Quebec 30-5, but they lose 5-0 every game.
I mean, his numbers right now are
just percentage of 0.
His numbers right now are just as good as Sky's.
I know.
So, I really don't feel like we can shit on Astromoon right now. Like he's having a good.
I'm not shitting on Astromoon. I'm just saying
we can't.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's what's going.
I mean, whole weekend is 88 shapes now.
That's my prediction. That's what happens. I'm not saying it will. That's just saying that's my prediction.
I don't think it's going to happen quite like that. Right now, if Helsinki wins the cup, it'll be interesting to see who actually gets MVP because they have a couple guys. Actually, I'd say 3 guys who all have a fair claim to it.
Shingao.
Between Axelson, Velvet, and Moon.
Wait, not Rudolf Schmeckeldorf? Are you kidding me?
No, is it just me or does that sound like the band members? We got Axelson, we got Velvet,
Axelson,
we got
Velvet, and Moon. Yeah.
They make up the he actually made a joke about him, Higgins, and Bushido as da trifecta.
I saw that.
Like the trifecta of men, like in the Triforce?
Well, they won a cup together before, Kyle, several times actually.
I don't fucking know. I wasn't here for that shit.
I don't know.
There was the time when they seated me in Cologne with a Seattle team with inactive Bushido, Higgins as GM.
Oh, well, hang on. If it's inactive Bushido, it doesn't count.
Oh, sorry. Higgins wasn't GM. Bushido went inactive, and then Trifecta took over for GM for a little bit with his goalie.
Really?
With his goalie,
what?
and then retired his goalie like a couple seasons after that.
Oh, wait, what? Trifecta retired a player early? That never happens.
Yeah.
Trifecta was a GM?
Here's the thing.
No, not officially. Not officially.
No. Chris, we didn't even think of this.
When Bushido went inactive with that Seattle team that beat Cologne, Trifecta was making decisions in the offseason. Remember, there was that whole ordeal that happened where they give someone a contract offer, and then it was like, well, Bushido wasn't around. And Trifecta's like, well, I did it. And then there was like a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Chris, we didn't even think of this. There's no way that Helsinki can win because Moon's not even going to make it to the end of the playoffs. He's going to lose 2 games in the season, and then retire the series, and then retire, and then they're fucked with LG.
Kyle?
We need to have that.
He's already had a better career than like half your players.
Which half? Just Jax Barnstormer?
Finn and Barnstormer.
Finn's had a better career so far.
Neither is Astroman. No, he's not.
Really? He had like a mediocre.
If his playoff run continues the way it is,
I mean, one playoff run that he has that's good trumps everything Braxton ever did, right?
Ooh, no, Braxton had a good point.
But he never won a cup. What do you play for, Kyle? If
Ryan,
you ask anyone,
he doesn't have a cup yet either.
They want to win
individual awards.
Individual awards.
100%.
Labatt's really
Labatt's is kind of the greatest.
We're working under the assumption here,
right, Kyle?
Kyle, that as Chris said, if he does good this year, let's assume he's playoff MVP and they.
But he could still do well, and they could still just lose, Ryan.
Yes,
let's
assume let's go all the way to the extreme. Here.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Let's assume he wins playoff MVP in a cup.
Oh, then I have to win it next year.
That's how that works.
Yes, if he does that, I would still argue not.
Which he's on pace to do. You know what? I'm changing my prediction. Astrid Moon
just to fuck with me.
Going to win playoff MVP, 4 straight shutouts. Listen, Sky.
They would call him
Sky
Stream
texted
Carnation
Sky
before
tried
that
to
would
take
happen.
the cow and jump over the moon.
4 straight shutouts.
Yes.
You tried to take a
That's
cow and
7
jump over the
shutouts.
moon? Come on,
Moon
man.
with those zeros in his
Oh,
name
man.
stand for they should be M00N because that's how many goals he gives up.
Well, what a different picture we've painted from 2 months ago.
From minutes ago.
Man, his players stepped it up. I mean, it's the reality.
Oh,
Even during the regular season, he was one of the best goalies in the league. I mean,
Yeah, except DeGraff had the fucking moon performance in the playoffs.
I didn't say he was. Well, yeah, he didn't have a great playoff going at all.
He had a terrible playoffs, almost a moon level.
So we'll actually probably wrap this up soon now that I think about it. But we'll quickly do some more coverage of some next season outlook. So we know that Chris was mentioning there could be a GM change. We could see some other things. The offseason, we'll see what happens. But let's take a look at the teams outside of the competitive bubble right now. So not Stockholm, not Quebec, not Helsinki, not.
Well, I already know which one's got the best shot of doing well, Ryan. You know it too, right?
Yeah. So let's take a look at the teams on the fringe, and I want you to each grab me a team from each conference.
All right.
We'll just kind of focus on it.
I'll hit you up with some NA
the
stuff.
Team to watch in season 55.
Team to watch in season 55. Do we even fucking talk about it?
so-
Calgary, goddamn fucking Wranglers. Trust the process,
The North
Ryan.
American Conference. Okay, so what's your reason to watch the Calgary Wranglers? Do you
Because-
think they make the playoffs in season 55?
Hell yeah! With New York clearly heading towards a rebuild with their garbage ass GM and his terrible 2 goalies and one defenseman. Quebec's still on top, but Seattle's isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And Toronto, let's take a look at Toronto. Yeah, well they've got Kylo, but I mean he's on their roster with 40 TPE, so that guy's pretty good. Jean-Claude Girard, yeah, they got a whole bunch of double-digit TPE earners.
There's me and there's Jacob.
That's all you need, Ryan.
That's it. Yeah, so me and Jacob will take him to the Werner Reinhold and Jacob playoff team right there. That's all you need, according to Kyle.
Do you trust the process with Travis?
Fuck the process.
Ryan, trust the process, Travis. That's our boy. We named an episode after
I want to be traded right now. Send me to Stockholm.
I mean, I'd be down with that. Chris?
Send me to Stockholm. The
Make it happen.
Pajodcast line needs to happen. I'm going to hold out. I'm not playing until I get to Stockholm. He's not at Calgary doesn't get Werner Reinhold to help them make the playoffs, Kyle. I'm not even going to allow
You've
it.
signed your contract, though, right?
I know.
You don't have a choice.
I mean, I could demand to be out of this. I could retire. No, I'm not retiring.
I mean, that doesn't get us what we want.
No, it doesn't.
So what the fuck? Do you want to go through the fucking VHLM again? Which
oh god!
Before we wrap up, we need to talk about that. We'll finish the segment.
So Kyle's team is Calgary. He thinks trust the process. So
I trust the process.
No other reason,
Chris.
North
Austin
American
Gow.
Conference. What team to watch in season 55 that isn't a competing team? So not Quebec or New York. Which one of Seattle, Toronto, Calgary do you see making the biggest difference in season 55?
I'm kind of looking forward to watching Toronto. I just felt they were kind of more impressive than I thought they would be this year. And they do have some good young guys there with their goalie, obviously, Ironside. They have Sokolov. Pretty sure Dollar in the Dreams is a player. Dollar in the Dreams. Okay, you got continue, Ryan. You do yours next.
That was Kyle. He said that. Not me.
I mean, I whispered it. You were loudly whispered, stage whispered.
Toronto, you're up, Ryan.
I said, fuck the process. I was also going to say Toronto. So Chris is right. Toronto has some good young players. They got a good young goalie. And fuck the process, right? So. All right. Okay, we'll move on from the whispers.
The pickles?
What was that?
Oh, that was I think it was a Dane Cook bit from the early 2000s where he's like,
oh, I thought your voice just sounded like some
and the pickles,
like some Amsterdamian woman.
And then she's like, sweet and sour sauce on my body. And he's like, all right, ma'am, drive around. Let's get some sauce. She wants it her way. Because Burger King, you can have it your way.
Dane Cook. That's someone that I would liken you to.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Anyway. We'll go to Europe since we rudely interrupted Chris with the fuck trust of the process.
Okay, hang on, real quick. I'm calling the episode "The Fuck Trust of the Process." Go ahead, Chris. I just didn't want to forget this.
Chris, go ahead and pick the team in Europe who you think is going to who's most likely to make some noise in season 55.
Not Stockholm or Helsinki, right?
Yes.
That's too bad because I'm still picking Stockholm.
Ooh.
Not necessarily because they'll be winners. because I think we're at kind of a crossroads now where you have a few guys who potentially could go to free agency. You have some guys in your prime, and you have a couple guys who are young. But with really not much activity going around in trades, it's one of those things where you either decide to be the only team rebuilding, or you completely retool, or you kind of stick with what you got if people want to stay on. Now, I've got confirmation of a couple guys staying, but still there's a few guys who haven't even really talked to me about it. So it'll be interesting to see what Stockholm does. Either I think we could make a lot of noise, or in a way where we're winning a lot again, or I could also see us maybe move some pieces out. Either way, I think we'll be the most exciting offseason team if things stay the way they are. Because as Ryan will be able to see in about 5 minutes, I have some very interesting players available on the trade block. So, yeah.
Chris
So we'll
trading
see.
Xander Finn. Confirmed.
You were on it.
I'm probably interested.
God damn, that's a fucking harsh.
I'm probably interested in Xander Finn.
Those are some harsh bros. Harsh Browns.
I'm interested in cheaper players because I don't have the cap to do fuck all.
Here's the problem with Xander Finn is like I have a really bad history with New York where like none of my players have ever played for them and I just don't want to.
Oh yeah, indeed.
You know, 7 seasons of Braxton's career
picking
would have been
Stockholm,
8 if it wasn't for Ryan.
Even though I said not Stockholm, but that's okay because if they're a team that he thinks makes a big change in how they're looking, then yeah, that makes sense. So Kyle, Europe.
All right, let's take a look at Europe. So,
Well, Kyle, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so really, like, there's only 2 teams that you could really pick from because let's be honest, Cologne's not going anywhere anytime soon. Is this the year that
King is pretty good, but yeah,
by himself?
Yeah,
like nah. The thing is, they're basically like Calgary, except they don't have
the
the
draft
process.
lottery.
They're
Though,
fucked.
to be fair, they did win the draft lottery. Though
That's
that means they'll get Felix Savard. Based on how things are looking.
So
player.
Does Davos finally get over the hump this year? Can they prove that?
I doubt it.
Oh, thank you, Chris, for sending me this link that I can't use. Would you care to send me any more links that I can't access?
Yeah, hold on, give me a sec.
Yeah, hit me with some of that goodness. So is this the year that they finally proved the drafting streetlight wasn't a mistake, or is this the year that Hedgehog turns it around? You know, with his boys, Koprakov, who's not retired next year, I don't think, and Guntis, and Friedman's Krieger-Jurgers, and all those other players. I do think we have to say goodbye to David Hamilton, but who gives a fuck? David Hamilton.
David Hamilton's the man.
No, he's not. Fuck David. That guy's a fucking
man. I miss when David was actually active.
Me too. Although Damien came back the other day, for
Yeah, good. He'll come back and earn 100 TP and leave again.
Hell yeah, dude. That's my boy, Damien Wallach. Yeah, I'm gonna say probably Davos. Davos will be the team to watch. Yeah. I think that we still see Stockholm and Helsinki as 1 and 2 in the conference again.
I'm going to say Riga is the team to watch in season 55.
You can make that argument as long as you don't say Cologne, because then you're like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, they first and foremost, Petnis carried the team this past season. He's still going. He's actually got several seasons left. He's only a season 50 player, so he's only now entering kind of the final push. He's got what does that mean? 3 seasons left, correct? And he'll be, he's 543 TP. So you're talking about a pivotal player. They got a goaltender coming up, Alexander Wolf, who has 0 TP. So Hamilton. I thought that was Banana, and then I got
nope. That's Sven Wolf. Confused. Wrong Wolf, Ryan.
They have no draft. They have no prospects of note.
So you think their 0 TP player is pretty good because he's got 30 less than literally everybody at creation. So
yeah, I thought that was Banana. They got a pick though in the next draft, so there's that. They still technically have Ilya Koprikev, but he's not, huh?
You call him Banan?
Banan, yeah, Banan.
He calls him Banana Cock.
I call him Banana Cock.
So do I.
It's Banana Cock.
I know, but Banana Cock sounds funnier.
Better. Also, then I can just call him Banana.
Harder, faster, stronger.
Which is what I want to call him anyway, because he's a big banana.
He is a big banana.
Big banana man. They got Ilya Koprov in net right now, but that's season 49, inactive,
Rodriguez
546
sucks.
CP. Yeah, so I picked the
Just
team that's
toast.
going to make the most noise just because of Guntis. Dude, all the pims he's going to get, just wait.
I don't know, man.
Not this
I
season.
think it's Booker Sharp year.
Next season, he ain't gonna do that much pim wise.
He's going to lead every stat next season. Calling it every fucking
Motherfucker
stat.
Sharp. Motherfucker Sharp.
I'm pretty
Power play
sure
goals, hat-trick,
they
hits,
actually.
pims,
It's funny
goals, assists,
because I'm pretty sure
shots, shot blocks,
I read someone say that.
face-off percentage.
I read someone say that they fucked up his reroll and he was actually supposed to have like nothing in the fighting.
Oh, really? They just fucked up his reroll?
Yeah, apparently.
Darty is
I read that somewhere.
Jordy's
I'm
gonna be so
looking
mad.
for it now. I could be wrong, but I did read someone say that.
So that'll cover it. That'll cover it for this VHL Pajodcast, guys.
No, right. We got to talk about
Yeah.
how hard VHLM is and what's going to change next year.
Nothing's changing. They're adding
sure?
more rules so that people can't trade or something.
That was his reroll. He's supposed to have 40 in fighting, from what I know. So
How did he not notice for an entire year? I think I would have gone and checked that if like Finn just like randomly started beating the shit out of people like more
Well,
than
he
once.
probably
I'd be
didn't
like,
care. I don't know. It's funny though because he had all those penalty minutes and all those fights, and he might win an MVP award partially because of that. And
Hell
he
yeah,
didn't
dude.
even
Dude,
he
was
didn't
so
even
good this year.
technically earn it.
Didn't he though?
No, because he didn't put in his. I'm saying in terms of his attributes, it shouldn't have been that. Is what I'm saying.
Sure. That's your opinion.
It's interesting.
Yes, fighting is 73 in the sim still.
Yeah, his player page is 73 too, but his actual updates he re-rolled it, and they never updated the player page correctly.
Who's the updater for Europe? Kendrick.
Wow.
Come on,
Wow.
man.
Yeah,
He was going to join us this week too. We would have been giving him some harsh browns if he was here.
Some what?
Harsh browns.
The hell is a harsh brown?
Order a harsh browns, Ryan.
Why?
It's like hash browns, but we would have been harsh. I don't like. Just fucking go with it, dude. You don't even like fruit gushers. Chris, aren't fruit gushers the best?
That's bad.
You're bad. Fuck yourself, Ryan. Hurt my feelings. Everyone's
All right.
all,
So
all I ever wanted was
the
your
VLMHL,
approval.
the PHK, Jenks, the league. of
HBK.
leagues. Ha, ha. Okay. We have the VHLM going here. Fuck the VHLM. Seriously, if we don't get rid of this league, I'm just gonna. I can't have conversations on the VHLM anymore. It's just.
But
petty.
Ryan, let's get serious. The VHLM needs to go, but
Yeah, they want us to give them the benefit of the doubt again. By that, here we go. Let's band-aid it some more. Whoop.
I think we're running out of Band-Aid. Someone's gonna have to make a
We
run
got
down
medics on the
drug
scene.
mart.
They got some gauze. They got some drugs, and they're gonna try to keep this old horse going. Sadly, the horse is 95 years old and has a
soon we're gonna need
prosthetic
the
liver.
cast. Soon we're gonna need the cast of Grey's Anatomy.
Pretty much, yeah. Get House
Don't
on
they
here.
all die every time?
Because the VHLM has the bubonic plague.
pretty
It will
much.
never be
I need
cured.
consult. Alex, as somebody who's watched Grey's Anatomy, doesn't everybody die all the time?
Everyone dies all the time.
Every second episode, someone dies. Thank you, dude.
I'm caught up, so
Chris, don't-
Hashtag everyone dies.
Chris, I was gonna have this
This
great
is Game of
moment.
Thrones. So no, okay. So then what we need to do, gents, is prove it. We need to sabotage the VHLM Red Wedding style. Show up, stab the VHLM in its womb with the baby, and just end it.
How are we gonna do that? Like Mr. Shakedown can maybe do something next year, but like I don't.
Shake the VHLM down. We also have a Dexter in there, so maybe Dexter can tie
Dexter
up
Lane? But he's gonna
Frying
be.
Frank and Banana, and tie them up in bubble wrap.
Oh my god! Fucking! Can we just take a moment to talk about how every time you say anything bad about the VHL, Banana's like, we're doing our best.
Sorry, that hasn't happened lately because he hasn't said anything. He's been the most inactive VHLM commissioner since Jason.
Oh shit!
No, he has not. Since me,
Ryan,
easily since me.
Ryan,
Yeah.
those are some harsh browns. And I thought McDonald's stopped serving those after 11.
Wow.
Apparently
No,
they
they
serve
do
harsh
breakfast
browns
all day now. Haven't you heard? Breakfast
They
all
serve
day,
those all
which
day.
means get out of here, Banana Cock. Oh, no, he's a fake member. He's not real. Come on.
Do you know the boom multi?
He is the Donald Trump of members. Like, he
Hang
should
on,
not
hang
be
on.
in charge of anything.
Right. New
He really
theory.
cares
Hang
about
on.
caring. He wants to have a say, but he doesn't actually do the work. So what's the difference?
Ryan,
Right now, I believe he holds 17 league jobs. Like, Jesus Christ. He's the head of the recruitment crew. He runs...
No, he stepped down from that because someone told him he was doing a bad job.
You're right. Well, wait, shit.
He stops doing jobs more often than Trifecta retires players. Boom.
Shit, this is the meme cast where we just throw shade at fucking Banana.
We're not salty about...
I like Banana as a member. I like Banana as a member, but
just not as a guy who does jobs.
The VHLM, it needs fixing more than what you guys think. It's not just a couple of rule changes. Well, we're just going to restrict drafts. Players are going to form super teams every way, which way they can. GMs are going to want to do that. That's just how it works.
Yeah, like players are going to be like, this sucks so much. I want to play with good guys so that it doesn't suck as much.
Even when you restrict them from a rule perspective, like they're talking about reducing even more teams. They think 4 now. What is the problem here?
Let's just go to 2. Like, let's just do it.
Like,
you know what? 1 team. Everyone's Ryan. It's like participation awards in school. Everyone gets to win if there's only 1 team.
So there should be 1 team.
One team.
Okay, why don't we just schoolyard pick this? When a player gets assigned, each year we assign a different leader on one side of one of the 2 teams, and then they just get schoolyard picked. Whoever picked last doesn't get to pick, so you just exchange, and there you go.
And then whoever gets picked last wins a car.
And then we'll treat the VHLM like recess, because I mean that's basically what it's getting to.
The VHLM is recess.
Do we literally need a hall monitor? Like, come on, guys, it needs to go. It needs to go.
Yes, it does, but not if you ask Banana or Frank.
Or lots.
Can we just do the fucking attempts at throwing shade on me that Frank went for, like in that thread? Was the dumbest fucking argument I'd ever seen in my life, Frank. And that was including the one that Sterling tried to have for the why we shouldn't have the new update scale. Like Frank was like, "Oh, are you even active with your players?" And I'm like, "You mean all of them except for one?" Yeah.
I like Frank.
No, I mean I generally like Frank, but in that moment I was like, "You're being a dumb fuck, Frank."
All right. Well, we could dedicate a whole cast to Frank if you want. There's lots of Frank. There's lots of notable Franks out there. Sinatra, Castle.
You know, Frank Castle the Punisher. You know what? This all ties back around. Remember how we were talking about McDonald's and their harsh browns? You know who works at or did work at McDonald's like 5 years ago and maybe still does? Frank.
Hey, I've worked at McDonald's.
You have. Alex has also worked at McDonald's. I have never worked at McDonald's. I worked at Dairy Queen. It also sucked.
Yeah.
Chris, you ever worked in fast food?
Nope. Thank fucking Lord I haven't.
Good move.
Yeah.
I would never work in fast food.
Fast food sucks. Even when you're in charge. Actually, almost especially when you're in charge, right?
So, yeah, it sucks more because then you're babysitting. And then it's like running the VHL.
Totally babysitting. It's like running the VHL app. Ryan, you have been serving mega loads of harsh browns.
I hate the VHLM. I hate it. Dude, do you want me to talk about my experience in the VHLM this season? If I was a new member, I'd be so done. There's been like 4 retirements.
Absolutely.
Notable returnees going, nobody's even giving us offers. And they're just like, oh, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Including us.
It's like, yeah, why do we want one of the best GMs of all time who had a 3-peat? Why would we want him active again? That couldn't help the league or anything.
Yeah, and like the only reason I didn't care was because I was like, oh, it's my other player that I do welfare with. Like, who gives a fuck? But
it's like he will not divide us because there's literally the people who are on the side of, well, we only need to focus on new members, so those should be our priority. So if a returning member has problems, fuck the returning member. Or there's people who are like, well, we need to cater only to the returning members. It's like,
well, anybody who thinks we need to,
every member who is active is an important member of the VHL.
Also, if somebody really thinks we can sustain this ecosystem with just the current member base that we have now and never ever get new ones, they're fucked in the head.
Oh, the VHL is so bad. I don't know how Chris was feeling on it, but I haven't really seen him talk in any VHL games, so I don't even know if he's been following them.
I'm sorry, what? What team am I on again? The one that wins all the time? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I stopped watching after we were like 20-0, and I was like, oh, cool, this is really boring.
Did you do that with Stockholm too, Chris?
They're winning in the playoffs, I believe.
Because we were really good in the regular season too.
Yeah, but because the VHL matters, Kyle. Being good is actually important.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Stats matter because they collect. Your stats collect, and then that
I only got 17 in achievement tracker. I'm pissed.
Dude, I think I only got like 15.
Oh no, you missed 3 TPE. What is?
Yeah, I missed 3 TPE.
Kyle, I didn't get max in achievement.
It used to be an easy fucking 20.
Wait, and you were on a regular team, weren't you, Ryan?
Yeah, but here's the real kicker.
Yeah.
I didn't update because I was maxed. A maxed player in the sim, the best you can be from a TP perspective. In the sim, I actually added to skating, scoring, and passing. That's pretty much all I added to.
And you took the optimal stats you to get the most TP you could?
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm at 175, right? I can't get any higher.
No, I mean but with which categories to give you the best TPE you could have out of
yeah, like I just updated
tracker,
to
right?
whenever I was, right? But I still didn't hit max in achievement tracker. Oh yeah,
That
for the
is-
achievement tracker, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. Like
I only finished just above a point per game in the VHLM.
that's actually pretty bad for the VHLM.
I think I had like 78 points or 77 points or something in 72 games. It's like that's the VHLM. Like guys, that's a joke. Yeah. That's going to continue to be the case now that there's so many goalies. And when we lower the teams, you'll be going, none of the teams are competitive except for the fact that all of them have goalies with 150 TP. So what the fuck was ever? So all the players on everyone suffers. And still one team only wins anyway. Woo!
Ric Flair, woo!
Apparently this is an experience that we want to sustain for new members. That's what Frank and them say.
Yeah. That and the whole...
Like they're the VHLM mobsters. We need to take them down.
If they ever actually get to... we hold a coup.
Oh, God.
We hold a coup.
We just need to do it like the NWO. Chris is going to go in there, leg drop someone, grab the mic. I'm taking over.
We just DDoS Banna and Frank every time they go to make a post. We're like, no, Cat, get the fuck off the computer. Right. Holy shit.
That'll be it for this edition of the VHL Pajodcast. Shorter edition. We don't have as much to talk about. Kind of a heartbreaking loss. Sucks that it happened for both teams. But obviously way more for Stockholm. New York and most of my locker room has even been like, whatever. Like, it sucks.
Yeah, we got our 2 cups. Yeah.
Yeah, we're already feeling pretty okay. So for Stockholm, this was a big year. And I hope to see them competing again in the future. Honestly.
Yeah, me too. As a player on that
great
team,
job, really good team this season, and I'm actually stunned that the series didn't even go 7. Like, especially with how well you guys handled Helsinki during the regular season.
And like the first 2 games were just like easy.
Yep. Anyway, with that, we'll say sayonara. See you. Bye.